Hello, everyone, and welcome to Frontier Opening Bell. Let's get today's show started. It's Monday, the 13th of December. I am Bosun Omofaye. Let's look at the market. Just as we finished on a weekly basis, 0.68% on the Nigerian side. The BRVM softened 0.32%. The EGX, which is the Egyptian stock market, on Sunday, make a big jump, 1.52% to start its own trading week in the North African region, 1.71% better for the Nairobi stock market on Friday. Then, of course, you've got the GSC buckled by 0.75% on Friday on the back of the concerns over the coronavirus pandemic, the new variant Omicron. Let's look at some of the stories within the East African corridor, where Kenya's Capital Markets Authority has given the Nairobi Securities Exchange the go-ahead to operationalize what you call a recovery board. And Kenya's contracts a U.S. firm to conduct study for liquefied natural gas. The race for gas as a form of clean energy is apace across African continent, not just for big names, producers such as Nigeria and Angola, but countries such as Kenya and Uganda are moving in very strongly into hydrocarbon business, including South Africa. Safaricom, he says, is moving ahead to open its office in Addis Ababa despite the Tigray civil war conflict with the authorities in Addis. The Safaricom, Vodacom, and a few others within the consortium won the first privatization license from the Ethiopian authorities a couple of months ago. Now they're moving ahead to open an office and hit the ground running in telecommunications. Then the Bank of Uganda has lowered the check value limit within the country to reduce the use of checks. Then you've got Ethiopia's Revenue Bureau says it's collected 25 billion birr in 4 months. That's the backward-looking data. But of course, that gives a sense of how the economy in Ethiopia is moving despite the Tigray conflict. Let's check with Nigeria, where the biggest business news, at least today, is that the MTN Nigeria, Airtel Network, and Mafab Communications, which is now listed on the exchange, are queuing up for the 2 slots of 3.5G spectrum auction that the Nigeria Communications Commission is doing at 10 o'clock in the morning here in Nigeria. According to sources within the NCC, the auction was the preferred option against an administrative sale process to allow transparency. So the 3 communication companies will put their bids on the table this morning. They will open them up, and then everyone will see who eventually will win those 2 slots. Nigeria is moving to roll out 5G network in Africa's largest and most populous economy in 2022. And the Central Bank of Nigeria says the total credit by banks to the economy was about 23.5 trillion in the month of November. In the meantime, Cote d'Ivoire is set to launch Africa's first zero-carbon hydrocarbon energy. The whole move towards net zero emission is continuing, and Cote d'Ivoire is making some step forward. And Ora Bank in Togo says it launches a debt securitization operation worth about 25 billion CFA franc in West Africa. And finally, with West Africa, Senegal, where Sonatel operator has been fined 16.7 billion CFA franc for poor quality service to customers. Let's step into South Africa, where the not so good news was that President Cyril Ramaphosa has tested positive for COVID-19 virus. He's been in Ghana recently. He's been in Nigeria over the last 2 weeks. He's been on official tour. He was here in Nigeria last week for about 2-3 days. Then he went to Ghana, where he was warmly welcomed and all of that. Now he's back at home in Pretoria, and he's now has been tested positive for the coronavirus pandemic. In the meantime, Gaia fund managers have listed their new fiber optic real estate investment trust on the Cape Town, South Africa, Cape Town Stock Exchange instead of the JSE. Anglo-American expects about 35% growth over the next decade in the mining industry, and the Miners Union in South Africa are calling for Eskom CEO and the board to resign. Eskom is asking for 20.5% increase in the electricity tariff effective April 2022. And Zimra in Zimbabwe says the tax delays Tanganda's Zimbabwe Stock Exchange listing. The idea is to get Tanganda listed, but that has now been delayed over tax issues. In Madagascar, it's gotten a handshake of $100 million from the World Bank to support the economy of the island economy of the Indian Ocean. Okay, let's look at North Africa, where Egypt's annual inflation rose up to 6.2% in November, while First Abu Dhabi's bank is looking to complete acquisition of the Bank Audi next year. A couple of acquisitions we'll see in the North African market in 2022 has been the region for some of the banking sector acquisition if you move outside East and Central Africa, the DRC. In the meantime, Faisal Islamic Bank Egypt says deposits to hit about 110 billion Egyptian pounds by the end of this year. That's a bit of an outlook for you if you're looking into the Egyptian banking sector. And the IMF says he's looking at Morocco's reporting about 6.3% GDP growth in 2021. That's going to be the highest if that happened. That's going to be the highest within the Middle East and North African region. And Tanzania has announced structural reforms for the economy. That news comes on the back of what the news on Friday that the President Said's administration is now sitting down together with the International Monetary Fund to clear up some of the political issues that have been hogging the North African economy, and to provide a new window of lending support, financing from the IMF to the North African economy. Political issues over the last year, a couple of months into a year now since 2021 started, has bogged down Tunisia's relationship with the IMF, but looks like things are beginning to unfreeze. And that's about it for today on Frontier Opening Bell. I am Bosin Mofai. Go on our website, www.frontierafrica Report, for more of our stories and our videos. You can see a whole lot more of our daily shows, this show and a lot of others on our YouTube. You can also follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, on Twitter, and other social media platforms. Look for the words Frontier Africa Reports. Subscribe to our YouTube as well. We'll appreciate that. It's free. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.